And I realized I have an intro, so I should start saying that on my live too. So, welcome to the soap dish, where we dish about the soaps, Oop. and where we drop our phone. All right, I'm just gonna sit here and sip my drink and wait to see if anybody comes in. No pressure, invisible people. I know this is a popular time. Like, so many other people are live already, but I just wanted to do it a little bit early. Hi, Lacobus. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming in. I was just saying I didn't know if anybody would be able to come through because I know this is a popular time of streaming, but I didn't want to wait too late because I kind of want to go to bed a little earlier than normal tonight. How are you? Are you all caught up on the soaps? I am finally looking forward to next week. Since I believe since General Hospital, no, since Beyond the Gates has been on, this is the first week where I'm looking forward to General Hospital more than Beyond the Gates, and that's because Michael is back. And I'm ready for this custody stuff. See what happens. Oh, oh, sorry. I hit a I hit a button on the tablet. And I realized I should probably like have notes so I know stuff to talk about. But it seems like in the live streams, I don't really need notes that much because I just respond to you guys and we just talk about whatever you want to talk about. Math Bell is here. Hey, Math Bell. Welcome to the subdish. I meant to say that to you too, Lacobus. I was like, I'm going to say that to everybody. So, Lacobus, welcome to the subdish where we dish about the soups. I'm so glad you made it. I was supposed to start like 20 minutes ago, but I was running late. But I'm here. Oh, you got the notification. Feel like such a real YouTuber because you rang the bell and got the notification. Yay! Thank you, and thank you for telling me that. It tickles me. I was saying, right before you come in, I was telling Lacobus that this is the first week since Beyond the Gates has been on that I'm actually looking more forward to General Hospital than I am Beyond the Gates. I'm so excited for this custody stuff. Greta Doyle is here. Hi, Greta. Welcome to the Soap Dish. Hi, Zayden. Welcome to the Soap Dish. I don't know if I recognize you guys' names. Are you soap opera fans? That's mainly what we talk about in this stream. But we're open to talking about other shows too. If you have something that you watch that we might watch. Mathbell said this is great because I'm trying to get steps on my treadmill and I was about to go lay down, LOL. Now I can interact here as I walk. So thanks for showing me up. Oh yay. I'm happy to help. And I'm happy for you being on the treadmill and then I can feel like I was on the treadmill without having to do it. So thank you. I need to work out too, but like I don't know. I always love to sleep. If I have any spare time, I'm like, let me take a nap. Uh, I feel like once the weather, well, the weather is warm now. I was about to say once the weather warms up, I'll get more exercise. If the weather is warm, maybe once it cools down a little bit, I get a lot of physical activity at work. Zayden says, "How are you?" I'm doing well, Zayden. How are you? Blacko Bus says there's a rumor that Leslie is going to kill or try to kill Kat. I hope she don't actually kill her. I can see her trying. What's the motive though? Is wait, do they think that Leslie is gonna blame the stolen bike stuff on Kat? My phone keeps sliding. See what I can do. All right, that might hold it. Math Bell said, I agree that I've been more into GH these past 2 weeks than Beyond the Gates. It's a shame GH waits this long to show great writing. Yep. It's like General Hospital is good for, oh, I can't think of the phrase. Like when their back is up against the wall, like performing better under pressure or something. But it has to get so bad before it can bounce back and be like, oh, that's right. That's why I love this show. So I'm interested in the court stuff. What else? It was something other storyline. I'm interested in the Geo Brooklyn Dante thing, but I feel bad for Lois. I feel bad for how bad everyone is treating Lois when she was just trying to help. Um, Math Bell says, and it saddens me that Beyond the Gate started sweeps with a bang, and it's been slow since the big reveal. Same, same. I always check myself when I'm disappointed with Beyond the Gates because, like, I just remind myself this is a new show, this is their speed. I'm projecting my wants onto the show, which is like completely fair because as the audience, as a fan, I have the right to have expectations, but I just need to. I feel like I need to like be careful with my expectations because it's not a big bang stuff gonna happen type of show. It's a day by day, slow, character driven show. Um, but I do miss like stuff happening. Like I want lots of reveals and stuff, and they have lots of secrets like and little tidbits here of nuggets built and stuff. I just wish it would happen a little faster. Laco Bus says because Kat is gathering evidence against Leslie. Yeah, that makes sense. I for to talk so much about how dangerous Leslie is. I wish she would be more nervous around her, or be more careful. Like, cause if she thinking this woman tried to kill Laura twice, like, girl, be careful. Zayden says my account is my dog. I don't really know how to understand that, but Jay, shout out to your dog. Math Bell said yes, it's helpful that Kat is going hard trying to get Leslie arrested. Yeah, I do worry about Kat. Math Bell said too many secrets. Too many secrets. Okay. First, LOL. First Martin, now Anita and her group have a secret. Yeah. I saw somebody say that, and we might have talked about it here in the chat. I can't remember. That maybe Anita's secret is that she had a baby. I feel like maybe I said it. I don't know who said it first. I had stopped drinking in the streams. But what if Leslie is Anita's secret child, love child, and she actually is a Dupree? I can see that being a nice twist, but I would rather the twist with Eva and Kat being like switched at birth. I just don't know how old Leslie is supposed to be and how young Anita would have been when she had her. Not that that matters because soap operas play with ages. My phone keeps sliding. Mm. But yeah, I agree. I agree, Matthew. It is a lot of secrets, and I would like to have more progress on them. Zayden says, "I am by my dog." All right. Well, then, what kind of dog do you got? Mathbell said, I'm so over Bill and Haley. Me too, girl. Me too. I'm confused with the show. Do they want us to root for them as a couple? They show them way too much and keep making Danny look dumb. Oh my gosh. I was so disappointed in Danny when she went over there. Like when Chelsea first told her for like the first 2 minutes, I was like, oh, okay. She's taking it pretty good. I'm proud of you, Danny. And then she spun out. And it's, the baby's not real. It's a fake baby. Da, 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 da. And then she went over there. I was like, oh, Danny. Can you call Andre, please? Like, can he help distract you and make you think about something else for a little while? And I agree. I don't like Bill and Haley at all. I root for bad things to happen to them. Um, and the thing is, I think we could make them more nuanced characters. I think they're giving Bill the hand tremor, and he's supposed to pass out or something next week. So I guess that's supposed to make us care about him. I don't think it will make me care about him. Um, But with Haley, I wish we could get more flashbacks, any flashbacks. Like we had a couple of flashbacks of Eva and Leslie, and the lighting and hairstyles was to show us that it was a few years ago. I wish we could have some of that, like with Naomi meeting Haley, with Haley being at the dinner, just like knowing more about her. Because right now, all I know about her is that her and Bill like to have sex and then talk about Danny, and that's it. Like nothing else. Zayden says it's a pit bull. How's Zayden's pit bull? Pit bull mix. Okay. Um, I used to know somebody with a pit bull. I don't know if it was a mix. I can't remember. I know people say a lot of like negative things. There are a lot of negative stereotypes about pit bulls, but from what I've heard from people who raise pit bulls, that's not necessarily true. True, it's more about how you raise the dog. And I've seen lots of videos where pit bulls are just like wagging their tails and cuddling up with their owner. Matthew Bell said, I agree that Anita and Leslie might be connected. Brock TV mentioned in his review that Anita is from Chicago and Leslie is from Chicago. That is not a coincidence. That's true. That is true. Huh. Laco Bus says, why wouldn't Danny believe Haley was pregnant though? I mean, all their scenes are about to get ran through. You right, you right, you right. Zayden says, gotta go. Bye, Zayden. Thank you for coming through. Math Bell said, and her being pregnant is so random, even though I know they were trying. Like, if she really pregnant, they should have shown her with morning sickness or taken a test or something. You're right. That's why even though like Danny is out of line with what she doing, she might be right. I don't know what that would serve Haley unless she wants to like fake a miscarriage. I don't know. What I'm worried is that if Haley is pregnant, her and Danny will get into some type of altercation and Haley will have a miscarriage and that'll be something else we can blame on Danny. Even though it wouldn't be Danny's fault. It might look like that because she ain't got no business over there in that house over and over again. Zayden says, what are you guys talking about? Well, Zayden, you said you had to go. Now, are we luring you back in? We're talking about soap operas, General Hospital and Beyond the Gates. But we talk about other shows too. Now you said, never mind. All right. We talk about other shows too. It's really just up to you guys what we talk about. If it helps though, it's if it's a show that like I watch so that I can know what I'm talking about. How old are you, Zayden, if you don't mind me asking? Do you watch Last of Us? That's something I watched recently, even though I didn't like it, but I did watch it. Um, what else have I watched lately? I watched a limited series on Netflix last week called Sirens. I didn't like that one either. Trying to think of something I did like. I watched Abbott Elementary, but I'm not caught up, so don't spoil anything. I thought so, Zayden. I'm attracting the youth here. Zayden, 9 years old. Okay. It's after 10 o'clock. Shouldn't you be in the bed? Do your parents know you're watching? I don't know what 9 year olds watch. I'm trying to think. I haven't had 9 year olds in quite a while. Oh, I'm caught up already. All right. This is the point where I actually have something else to say. What shall we talk about? Yeah, thank you, Matt Bell. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Matt Bell said I just binged the last 6 or 7 episodes of Abbott Elementary to get caught up. Yeah, I'm probably that much behind. I can't remember the last episode I watched. Hey, I think Savannah, you remember the last episode of Abbott we watched? She said no. She don't remember either. My daughter and I we watched it together, but it's been such a it's been so long I can't remember where we was at. I think it might have been when what's his name? Gregory's dad came when he got introduced to Janine. Mathbell said, "Did you watch the Christmas episodes?" I don't know. I can't remember. The only Christmas episodes of Abbott I can think about, I think it was last season with Ava and her dad. So probably not. Zayden says, "I watched Dandy World." Oh, Maxwell says that was the finale. LOL. You know what? Sometimes I do see random clips on YouTube, so maybe I'm mixing up that stuff in my brain. Say that sucks if I didn't already saw clips of the finale. But I don't know. I don't really feel like Abbott is like I don't really like if I get spoiled. I think it's okay. What was I gonna look up? Dandy World. What is Dandy World? A multiplayer survival horror game on Roblox. I've heard of the Roblox. I used to work at a store. Kids would come in buying like $10 cards to load up their Roblox. That's about all I know about it. It's horror. You watch horror at 9? So scary. Blacko says it looks like Laura getting out of the hospital next week. I saw. I was so excited because I was afraid like she wouldn't get to like be a character and have a role. They were just gonna use her for so that they could have her in those situations with Leslie. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see like what she does. Beyond, I mean, she'll be Nicole's assistant, I'm sure, but like beyond that, Matthew said the last episode of the season is when the dad mentioned Janine. Oh my gosh. Then I didn't. I definitely didn't see the episode because I'm not caught up on TV, but I know I see so much on like YouTube Shorts, which I'm just scrolling through. So that's probably where I'm pulling that from because I can't remember a whole episode. Hmm. Zayden says, and I watch Grow a Garden. I like to garden in real life. Do you like plants in real life? What is Grow a Garden? A fun farming simulator. Okay. So you like more like games and stuff versus sitting and watching a television. Is that what the young people do now? I feel so old because I mostly don't know what you're talking about. But of all the things you could do on YouTube, I guess this is a decent space. I don't know. I don't know what your parents would think. Maxwell said, "What do you think about Nina keeping Sasha's pregnancy a secret from Willow? I'm glad Sasha is more of a daughter to Nina than Willow. True. Willow holds Nina on a thin string and will cut it away at any moment. Yeah, I think it's in Nina's best interest to keep that secret because Sasha know Nina's secret. But I think it's all gonna come out in court. I think that's what it should happen. But I do think it's wrong of Nina to betray Sasha, and Sasha is more of a daughter to Nina than Willow. And like even though Sasha was lying to Nina for the first year or whatever because of Valentine, she still loved her and still loves her. And I think that Sasha loving Nina is the reason she ain't told Willow or threw in Willow's face about Nina and Drew. So I think Nina's not gonna have a lot of people left. She's gonna have Ava. Ava, that's gonna be about it. Zayden says, "Gotta go. See you later." Good night, Zayden. Hope you sleep well. Stay out of trouble. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Yeah. Maxwell said, and Carly has a lot of power. She knows that Nina hired the escort. If she needs to share that info to Diane, so be it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I was gonna say, I'm sorry, Portia will get caught up in it, but like Portia already caught up in it. She put herself right in it. So Portia get whatever Portia get, and I'm sure. I guess Drew's money will find the escort and bring her back or wherever she was supposed to go. Maybe that'll all come out in court. It's so nice to know this is all coming up and this shit is about to happen when it's past sweeps. Like sweeps is over and we still get story. And it's like they built a story. Well, it was a good sweeps for General Hospital. It built it, and now we're seeing some payoff. The nurses ball, ugh, that was a lot to deal with, but it served its purpose with the reveals coming out. Zayden says, "Okay, all right, I'm gonna take your word for it, Zayden. None of the bad stuff, because you made a commitment. We all witnesses." Mansell said, "Glad you knew what GTG meant because I didn't know. Thought it was a show. I yeah, I'm young and cool. What can I say? I know all the lingo. Nah, I know a couple of them." Um, Zayden said, "JK, that means joking. So that what's that mean? You are gonna do bad things, Zayden? Or does it mean are you referring to the fact that you're still here and you said you were gonna leave?" I'm so confused. Zayden says no. Mathdale says, and we saw Friday that Curtis knows everything now. Portia told him about her and Nina drugging Drew. Yeah. I don't know where that story is gonna go, but the only thing I can think of is Portia going to jail because too many people know, and like she broke several laws, not just getting like blackmailing Brad and distilling the ketamine, but changing Heather's records. Like she broke several laws. And I don't know how she gonna get away with it. I feel like she needs to go. She's gonna have to go to jail, and she's gonna lose her medical license. And then after that, I don't know what story we have with Portia anymore. After that, maybe she could. Maybe she'll get like community service. I don't know. Zayden said chicken jockey. What? You just had to say something. I did that. I know what a chicken is, and I know what a jockey is. But when I put them together, I see a chicken ride the horse. Is that what it is? This is Minecraft. In Minecraft, a chicken jockey is a rare hostile mob that appears when a baby zombie-like creature rides a chicken. Ooh, I'm so glad that my kids are so old enough to where I don't have to like know this stuff because all this stuff seems so scary for a 9-year-old. What happened to Paw Patrol? You ever watch Paw Patrol? You don't do Baby Shark? I still watch kid shows right now. There's a cartoon called Recess. Only people my age are gonna remember Recess. It was a short-lived, like 3-year show that came on when I was younger, and I watch it like every day. I put it on to sleep when I need some like something peaceful and soothing. I'll put on Recess, and the episodes are 10 minutes long. By like the minute seven, I'm knocked out. Um, Maxwell said, I don't want Curtis and Portia to break up for the fact that I don't want her taken off the show and I don't want Curtis to go sniffing around Jordan. LOL. Same. Yeah. I don't want Portia off the show, but I just don't know what they're going to do with her. I hope they have a plan for her, but as we know, they could just not. Portia could still be a character on the show and we never see her ass again. Unfortunately. I don't want that either, but I don't trust General Hospital, especially that with the number of black people they got right now. They could be itching to get rid of somebody. Um, you said you don't want Curtis. Yeah, I don't want Curtis sniffing behind Jordan either. I really don't. I like Jordan and Isaiah. I wish we could get back to that. We'll see. It makes me nervous. I don't know why Curtis and Jordan have so many scenes together where he has to like confide in her or she has to give him advice or some shit. I don't. Y'all exes, and he did her dirty. So where is TJ? Speaking of Jordan, where is TJ? Zayden said I just subscribed. Well, thank you for the subscription, Zayden. But now I'm gonna have to post some child-friendly educational content. I'm trying to figure out what that would even be. But I could. I could. I used to teach nutrition education to young people, so I could teach you about healthy foods and stuff like that. You eat the rainbow. Um, Michael Bell says, why did Drew set up Tracy with the ketamine? He knows Tracy didn't set him up. He was already in a position to get the Q name back by working with Tracy and the, oh, I hate this word, Esplanade situation. I don't know. I wanted the same thing. Like you said, he knows that she didn't do it. He did remember her at the restaurant, but he knows who did it. I don't know. And it feels like by setting Tracy up, he got Portia kind of off the hook in a sense. It don't make sense. But General Hospital do that sometimes, where the characters do stuff that don't make sense. I'm still trying to figure out why Sasha took that money from Sewell instead of like Jason. She could have got money. She know a lot of rich people. She could have got money from anybody. She want to take it from the one person who tried to blow her up. Michael gonna be pissed when he find out about that. If they let him find out about that, they might act like that never happened too. Masvidal said yes. Recess. Oh yeah, you like Recess? But did you watch Fillmore? That was my favorite. I did watch Fillmore, but not like I did Recess. I can picture the characters, but I couldn't tell you anybody's names. But I can see it. I can see it in my mind, but I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm actually gonna Google it and see if what I'm picturing is the right thing. Yeah, that's what I'm picturing. I am picturing it. But even looking at it, I can't tell you their names. That's wild. It's so weird what you can remember and what you don't remember from school. I mean, I guess that's more, but I can't remember. But you know what? I'm gonna search that on my YouTube store to be in my feed because if I start watching it, they may bring back memories too. I love a good vintage cartoon, a good concise story, heartwarming stuff. Like wrapping a blanket around you. My mom used to watch. She probably still watch Winnie the Pooh. But I used to make fun of her as a kid. Makes fun of their mom, like viciously or anything. But I was like, it's so silly you watching Winnie the Pooh. You're a grown up, and like now I get it. In my 40s, I'm like, oh, it's nothing like it. It feels good. Amber is here. Hey, Amber, welcome to the sub dish. I'm gonna try to remember to start saying it when people come in, since that's my thing. I'm glad that you're here. How are you today? Zayden is saying hi to Amber. Amber, Zayden is 9 years old. Sh- what? Suge, what? How you say it? Suge Knight is here. You killed Tupac. Yeah, Suge. I'm gonna just bye, Suge, because I don't know what you're talking about. And I can talk about a lot of things, but farts is not. That's not really my strong suit. Now, I don't know if you killed Tupac or Diddy did it or what. Math Bell said, well, looking at the episodes on Roku and Jordan number two, Curtis and Jordan used to solve cases together. Yeah, that's true. But Curtis shitted on Jordan. He left her. He left her and act like it was about secrets when she was really just trying to protect TJ and him. And he's a former crackhead, so he shouldn't be that mad at Jordan as a cop. He's a former crackhead, undercover cop. So like he should have understood with Jordan. I think the way I received the story was that Curtis left Jordan. He wanted Portia as soon as Portia was on the show, and it could have been anything, and he would have left Jordan so that he could be with Portia. I don't feel like he was honest about his feelings. And I don't know if that's true. That's just the way like I received it. And I used to love Curtis, but that's when I stopped liking Curtis. I think the first Jordan made it real easy to like Curtis. They had such good chemistry. But now I understand that chemistry was mainly Jordan. She was a dynamic partner person. She had chemistry with everybody. Amber says, hey to Zayton. Math Bell said, I think Drew did it as a power play. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. It's just so weird to like one scene at the nurses' ball, they're talking about working together, and then like within minutes she's getting arrested for drugging him. It seems sloppy. But you probably right, just to show that he can. Very Quartermain of him. Mansell said Fillmore was like a cartoon cop show for kids, fifth graders, but they were safety patrol. Oh, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the episode tonight and see if it floods all back to me. Amber says she's doing good, and you? I'm doing well. Just streaming for a little bit before I go to bed. Um, I started a little bit earlier than I normally do tonight because I want to go to bed a little bit earlier than usual. I started talking about it. I get sleepy. I had a lot of stuff to do tomorrow too, but I'm pretty good. We're just talking about the shows. I was saying General Hospital is better than Beyond the Gates lately, and I haven't really felt that way since Beyond the Gates came on. Kebby378 says hi. I don't know if it's Kebby or Kabai. I'm sorry. But thank you for coming in. Hi to you. Welcome to the Soap Dish, where we dish about the soaps. We mainly talk about soap operas here, but we talk about other shows too. If you have a show or a movie or something you're into, you can comment below and we can talk about it if we know about it. Either way, thank you for coming by. Math Bell said he was rude to her, but how did Jordan react to Curtis? I haven't seen those episodes yet when they got a divorce. Remember though, up until Zeke. Oh, I forgot about Zeke. Ooh, I got a fan for Zeke. Mm-mm-mm. That was a beautiful soccer man. Ooh, we did not get enough Zeke. We did not get enough Zeke. Zeke and Zeke's daddy. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot about them. That was a very handsome family. Portia come from good stock. Whew, Zeke was beautiful. Now I need to search on YouTube for Zeke General Hospital so I can put some of those clips in my feed so I don't forget. He was so beautiful. He had a wonderful smile. I forgot, and I've been talking about recently how I wanted Jordan with Isaiah because the last person she was with Curtis. I forgot about Zeke. Oh, there he is. Mm-mm-mm. Jordan keep letting these fine ass men slip through her fingers. Ugh. Um, I didn't read the rest of your comment. I'm sorry. Up until Zeke, Jordan was still holding on to their dead relationship. Yeah, you're right. I got distracted by remembering Zeke. Thank you for that. That's a gift. Now, Bell said, "Do you think the custody case will be shocking or predictable?" Predictable. I think it'll be predictable, but it'll still be good. I'm expecting a lot of oh girl, no, they did like she told it like type of moments, but I think we know what's gonna happen. I think all the secrets about Nina and Drew is gonna come out. The secret about Michael being Sasha's baby, the father of Sasha's baby is gonna come out. Um, I don't know what else might come out. I don't know. In the courtroom is the case, but I think Michael will give Phil custody and allow Willow visitation. He might make a supervisor just to fuck with her, but I don't think he's going to try to keep the kids away from her completely. And I think what I don't know is how Willow was going to react to finding out everything. I know she's going to hate Michael because he cheated first and he's been lying to her this whole time. But I don't know how she's going to react about finding out about Nina and Drew. Like, I feel like she's going to Drew may be able to talk his way out of it. He might be able to be like, it was just a one time, even though we know it's two time thing. And the truth is that he did stop sniffing up behind Nina after he started with Willow. That's true. He could say that once he was with her, he realized that he just wanted to be with her and that Nina's obsessed with him and Nina was the one trying to keep it going. And the fact that Nina didn't tell Willow to start with makes that more believable. I hope that's not what happens, but that's kind of what I see what happens with Willow and Drew. She's like so under his spell. Math Bell said Zeke dropped let me stop. Math Bell said Zeke dropped Jordan at the hospital after Curtis got shot and he was never seen from again. That's when Curtis was at the MetroCourt. He got shot and he got paralyzed. We had that worst paralyzed story ever. He ain't fall not one time. That was so disappointing. Yeah, but that's the only time I can think of Curtis getting shot. Everything's got blurs together so much. Matt Bell said loved all the conversations with Lois this week, but agreed that she doesn't deserve all the heat. Loved when she clapped back at Olivia, and I shouted, and there it is when Lois brought up Sonny and Dante. Yeah, yeah. At least ain't nobody. No, Dante ain't shoot Gio, so and because they're very comparable, even though they're kind of different. But yeah, they are giving Lois way too hard of a time when she had to. They put Brooklyn and Dante doing grown up things put Lois in an impossible situation. How does she support her child and also support her grandchild? And she did the best thing she knew how to do with her mother's support. And if she didn't, if they actually made it a closed adoption, Gio could have went to a crack house. Nobody would know. He would. She couldn't. She could not promise to make him go to a safe home and not know at the same time. I think what Lois is the most wrong for, the only part that she's wrong for is not telling Brooklyn recently. When Brooklyn started talking about the baby and all of that, that's when she should have been like, I got something to tell you. Yeah. I don't think she was wrong before that. It's so wrong how everybody's talking to her. I was glad that Sonny didn't give her too hard of a time. I thought that's where Gio was gonna go. I thought he was gonna go to Sonny's, but he doesn't want to see Sonny either because he didn't know doesn't know Sonny's in on it. So they're at the cabin that sometimes is in Niagara Falls, sometimes it's in Canada, just wherever they needed to be. I think is that the same cabin that Peter August was tied up with, where Lisa almost burned him alive. Matt Bell said, and when Lulu and Dante had their fight and officially broke up, I clapped and cheered. Lulu can go back to her coma. Night, night, Lulu. Go to sleep. I be wanting to give her melatonin. Like, just please. She's so annoying. And not that I miss her, but where's Charlotte? Everything was Charlotte, 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 Charlotte. And we ain't seen Charlotte in, I don't know, like a month. Lakaba says, I miss those when they were really trashy. Why do you think it stopped? I know why, but I want to hear it in your opinion. Hmm. What do you mean by trashy, Lakabus? They're still kind of trashy. But maybe you mean in the sense of like right now you have all right, like on General Hospital you got the love triangle between Nina and Drew and Willow, right? Mother, daughter, man. If they were old school trashy, it would be more like, oh, and I don't know if you know this show, All My Children, where you had Tad and Liza and Marion. Liza and Marion were mother and daughter, and Tad was doing them both and knew it. he was he was okay with that. If that that's the only example I can think of off the top of my head. But I need to hear more about what you mean by trashy first. But I would love to know your opinion too. Matthew said, I loved on Friday when Lois was sticking with her decision and her mother busted in there. LOL. Yes, I agree that Lois should have eventually told Brooklyn and BLQ should have told Dante sooner. That's true. But I also think Dante uh, bears a little bit of blame because, women get pregnant. So, generally speaking, women have the most rights when that type of situation. But as a man, you know where you put your penis. So, why didn't he check up on her? If he had called her, if he had looked for her after camp, try to get in touch with her, maybe she would have told him before she gave the baby up. If he had showed some care for her instead of just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, maybe she would have told him. But it's easier for me to be angry at Dante now because of that he kept his secret from Lulu. And I even though I don't care about Lulu, I don't care about Lulu. But the story, and I said this before, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, guys. But the way they should be telling this story, Lulu should not be fighting for Dante to know the truth because he deserves to know he has a son. She should be fighting for fuck Dante and Brooklyn for lying to me for the past 20 years. That I could watch and maybe enjoy. Nakoba says the Lulu better stay broken up too, at least until she know how to act right. She ain't never go how to know how to act right. I wish Cyrus would have took her to South Carolina or wherever the hell he was trying to take her to. Yeah, I kind of miss Cyrus. Sidwell make me miss Cyrus and his Bible. Albert is here. Hey, Albert. Oh, Albert, welcome to the Soap Dish, where we dish about the soaps. I try to remember to say that every time somebody comes in there. I was like, I gotta say it. I got a slogan. I need to say it. Because I used to say it every day when I was doing daily reviews, but I haven't done them in so long. But I think in maybe like 2 more weeks I'll be back to doing daily reviews, or at least every other day or something. At least doing some type of review, not just live streams, because my daughter will be starting her internship and she's traveling all over the place all the summer. She got more stuff to do this summer than I do, so I'm gonna be lonely. My son will be here with me, but he doesn't watch the podcast. Albert says, Queen Nikisha Moore, we miss you in the stream. If you watch the replay, just ask for contacts from me and the others in the chat before you have any feelings. Mm. You saying context? Ask you for context instead of contacts before I have any feelings? Don't try to control my feelings, Albert. I have feelings when I want to have feelings. All right. I think that's your way of telling me that you're not talking about me. Because I do often wonder if things apply to me. Oh. So thank you for the warning. Is this what night is this? Is this tonight I need to watch? I'll watch it in the morning with my coffee. Matt Bell said, I agree about women's rights. I just think that once the baby was born, She should have told him and his family, especially since they all grew up together. Yeah, I I can't say I agree with that part, but I see what you're saying, and I think it's hypocritical that if Brooklyn is saying Lois was wrong for keeping a secret, then Brooklyn is wrong for keeping a secret. Yeah, I can definitely see that. But maybe you're right. Maybe Brooklyn knew she didn't want to be a mom, but she should have given Dante a chance to be a father. You know, Olivia would have tucked the baby, but then everybody would know what she did. I don't know. It's definitely not a simple area, a simple situation. Uh, Katia, maybe Toronto Marica. This is a name. All right, but as a Nikisha, I can do it. Katya, hmm, Katea. I don't know. You have to let me know. Toronzo Marati. Hello. Hello. I'm so sorry for butchering your name. Maybe I got a couple of syllables in there right. Thank you for coming through. Welcome to the Soap Dish, where we dish about the soaps. I don't know if you watch any soap operas at all, but that's mostly what we talk about in my stream. But if you have other shows or movies or books that you are into, if you want to comment, maybe we have them in common and we can talk about them. Either way, thank you for coming by. Bell said the man was her husband's groomsman. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. For a minute, I was like, wait, what are we talking about? All right. Bell said the man was her husband's groomsman at their wedding. She could have told him a while ago. They're step siblings. She could have mentioned it. I know it's just a bad rewrite, so it's frustrating. Okay, so that's Sandante was Chase's groomsman at Brooklyn and Chase's wedding. She could have told him a while ago. Yeah, they're step siblings. She could have mentioned it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. That's that's when I'm not a fan. Sometimes the rewrites will add context and enhance the story, but so often it just makes it even more of a mess and it destroys the integrity of the characters. And I agree. It's frustrating to watch. And you also have to like we can suspend disbelief for stories, but like when we're looking at the characters as like having a moral compass and like integrity, it sucks. Because everybody wrong. The only person that's really a victim is Geo, and for me Lois. But I understand also technically no. Um, Albert says context, yeah, and it's not about you, and it's about tonight's live stream. Okay, so you was talking about someone, but I shouldn't take it personally because it's not me. Now my question to you, Albert, would be, why would I think it was about me if it's not about? But I'm gonna watch now. You got my curiosity beat. Amber says hi to Albert. Albert says hi to Amber. Amber asks how Albert is doing. Albert is doing well. Asking Amber. Lacobus says, hard to explain what I mean by trashy, but I feel like these past 10 to 15 years, the content has changed for the worse. Hmm. What show are you talking? Are you just talking about soaps in general or a specific show? Then I'm like, if we talk about GH, I'm trying to think of like 10, 15 years ago versus now. It's so hard because I barely know what year it is now. Um, because of Roku, I'm familiar with. I have more recent older storylines fresh in my brain, but that's not 10 years ago. That's like 5 years ago, 15 years ago. Let me think of my age. All right, so I'm about to be 43. So I would have been like in my 20s. Hmm. Girl, I can't remember. I can't remember my 20s. Oh wait, let me think about my kids. Okay, my daughter just turned 18, so let me think about stories when she was a baby. I don't know. I don't know. Now you want me to get on soap Wikipedia and look up something. But I agree that soaps are worse than they were. With either without thinking about like the trashy part, like storylines aren't developed. There's so many rewrites. Characters like motivation
will change from one day to the next, so it's like no consistency. Um, we get a lot of more short scenes. Back in the day, we used to have like a scene that be like half of the show, and like you go to commercial and you come back to the same conversation, but it wasn't like boring dialogue. It was like interesting conversation, in-depth conversations. I miss that. I miss better dialogue. I miss being able to know the characters as well as I knew myself or my family. Like if you just give me like a generic setup for the scene, I could tell you what the dialogue would be back and forth because I know these people. Now it's unpredictable. I'm sorry, my stylish. Where are we? Excuse me. But lack of us, even without explaining trashy, what like the question you originally asked? Why do you think it's changed? Like if we agree that it's changed for the worse, which we do, why do you think the reason is? I think it's also like money, like the budget, and but also just entertainment has changed. The way we tell stories have changed. We don't get like time for a build up. Like instead of giving time for a story to like build and escalate, it's written more like it drags. So even if it takes the same amount of time, it's not engaging, it's not interesting. Like they say in general people have shorter attention spans, and I do think some people do have shorter attention spans, but I also think they just don't tell good story. Like the pacing is all out of whack. Like if it's good, you can have me glued to the TV for the whole episode if it's good and engaging. But also, like I watch the show now, General Hospital, and it's so different being someone who like watches and taking notes now. Even though I don't take notes now, but when I was doing daily reviews, I was taking my notes. And I would group what happens by like character. So I would have like, okay, Lois and Brooklyn in the scene. Then I don't know, Dante and Lulu, and then Charlie, Carly and Sonny. Like whoever was in the scene together, I would just write their names down and put a dash by it and write what was happening. It used to be just like a couple of people in the scene, and then you get the opening credits. Now it'd be like 8 people, 10 people, and nothing happened. It's just like a quick setup, just da 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 da. I don't know. It's just the pacing. The stuff that should be faster is too slow, and the stuff that should be slower is too fast. I think the people involved in the show aren't really fans of the show anymore. I don't think any of the writers like love it. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Math Bell said, I understand BLQ being mad at her mom for not telling her Geo was her son, but she keeps getting mad that Lois gave the baby to her cousin. Like, why does she prefer that the strangers raise the baby? Exactly. She needs to be saying thank you for keeping him safe. Thank you for the fact that I know who he is now. Like, he literally could have ended up anywhere. Heather Weber could have taken his ass. She lucky she won in Port Charles. Well, who knows? And Esme might be his sister. That was crazy. Well, possible because of Heather's crazy ass. Amber says, Albert, good. Math Bell said, I hope they bring up that Lois had Geo play at Brooklyn and Chase's wedding last year. Oh, that's so sweet. But that's not how they're going to say it. That's when we met him. So it's like she wanted Brooklyn's son to see his mom get married. Yeah, we're on the same page. That's so sweet. That's beautiful. They just need to be thanking her. That's such a gift. And I wonder if they knew that this was going to be the storyline then, because now shocking because I never thought I want to rewatch that wedding because I don't care, but I kind of want to rewatch that wedding now. I'm gonna put it in my search history to see how Lois is looking at Geo. Thank you for saying. You always say the best things to make me go like research something. This one in my feed. Oh, there we go. Brooklyn and Chase wedding, General Hospital. All right, I'm gonna look for close-ups of Lois, and not just how she's looking at, but like how, not just that she's looking at him, but how she's looking at him. Like Bell says, soaps in general, yeah. Math Bell said your audio just switched up. It's not bad, just different. Oh no, it shouldn't be. I don't have my earbuds in. I don't have my earbuds in at all. I'm just going the speaker on the thing. Maybe I covered something up. I don't know. I hope you can hear me. Thank you for letting me know. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. I haven't touched anything this time. I was so shocked. I got my earbuds right here, but I did not put them in because then I'll be doing this all night. But I don't have them in now. Albert says you will enjoy some of the clips in the stream. The okay clips in the stream now. Ugh. Y'all, I ain't even drunk that much. But I'm glad to see. I think I've seen you react to a couple of clips before, Albert. That's cool. Y'all see that gnat just flying around? Don't get in my wine. That's one thing I hate about summer is the fruit flies everywhere. I have the little traps to try to catch them, but they fly right out of them. Lacobus says I just noticed that now it's more Disney like it's they stripped it of the adult content and went for more simplistic writing, in my opinion. I can see that. It's a lot of wah wah. I wish my daughter's right here. She can do the Disney stuff better than me. But yeah, she's doing it over there. Y'all can hear the sound effects. Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely. I don't want to say more young because it's not like it's for youth, but it's like it don't have a lot of depth. No, I wish she said camp. I don't think it's camp, but maybe that's because I like camp and I don't want to degrade camp with like that. But I don't think it like the storylines don't have the depth that they used to have. Like it's no, not saying you need a moral, but like no underlying message. Like you don't learn shit from the soaps anymore. Where you used to like they actually teach you something. To where like it wasn't like, oh, you watch soap operas, how people judge us and stuff. But like everybody, people watch soaps, and not just for Luke and Laura, but for like the story, the different stories. So I can see where you. I mean, as much as I can see where you're coming from in the little bit you can type in there, but hey, this is a good thing to say. If you guys, I am still learning how to work this stuff, but I do notice when I schedule my live, it says go live together. So I think I could go live with like another person on my phone. So if you guys ever have something that you want to like discuss outside of the comment section and you want to come on with me, let me know. We can do that. I'll take some cues from Albert. That's what Albert used to do for me. Way before I started my channel, I'm just a fan in the comment section, like, hey, I got opinions. And he would let me come on and we would talk, and I get to talk about stuff, and it was so much fun. That's kind of made it easier for me to do it now. Not like I'm a pro, but I feel like I would be much more nervous at this if I hadn't had that experience. So thank you, Albert. But yeah, if you want to ever come on like a bus and like elaborate, we can do that. It'll be so much fun. Matt Bell said, do you have an example off the top of your head of a great storyline that was built up but didn't drag? It's okay if you didn't. Um, Hold on. That was built up but didn't drag. I mean, I'm only thinking of like older storylines. Like Carly coming to you haven't been watching that long, but Carly coming to town on General Hospital is a good one where they had already laid the foundation of Bobby and Luke's past and like them living with their Ruby was the madam. So Bobby, we already knew she was like a prostitute. And so then Carly came to town, and we didn't know she was the daughter, but the foundation was laid so that when we found out, it all made sense with the past of the story. We saw her seducing Tony, working her way into Bobby's life, and then the truth came out about her being Bobby's daughter. And then later, because they already had the foundation of Bobby being a prostitute, we got to find out Carly's father was John. Um, so that was a good one. That was a long storyline that had lots of high moments. And it did not feel like it was rewriting. It felt like that was the story all along. But I'm going to screenshot this question so I can remember. And maybe when I have not had any drinks or it's not late at night, I can think about it. But it's going to be in the back of my mind anyway. Because I'm going to try to think of something. Math Bell said, I read an article that the writers had this storyline in mind when they first brought Geo in. I don't fully believe it, but it could be true. I mean, it makes sense. Like, we knew he was gonna be somebody. Everybody comes on as somebody, except for Dex. Dex ended up being nobody, but we thought he was gonna be somebody too. Um, so I could see it. I wish he would have been Cody's kid. I wish the story would have been that Brooklyn and Cody had a secret kid. Because Cody don't get no story besides this. Being Lulu's friend and Ish and Molly's rescuer Ish. When Molly never needed a rescuer. Where's TJ? But thank you, Math Bell. I believe it to a certain extent. Math Bell said there was a time after Lois came where she wanted Geo to go back to Bensonhurst, but then that stopped. Then soon after that is when she started gazing at Geo any moment she got it. It was weird. I'm trying to remember her wanting him to go back to Bensonhurst. Was it when maybe after Sam passed, when Dante moved into the Quartermains? I'm just trying to like force myself, like as a writer, to think of what could have been the reason. And the only thing I could think of Dante being around so much, but like he was already living with Brooklyn, so I don't know. But that's probably when they rewrote it, to be honest. Dolly Medics is here. Hi, Dolly. Welcome to the Soap Dish, where we dish about the soaps. I know that was weird, but I've decided I need to start saying that when people come in because that's my saying, and I don't. Since I'm not doing regular reviews, I don't get to say it as much, and I like it, so I had to say it. So welcome. Let's dish about the soaps. All right. Michael Bus says, "Yeah, camp is the right word to describe soaps now." Don't. My daughter's over there doing like this. I'm ready to throw something at her. How dare you say the right word and make it camp? I mean, we just watched the Fear Street, the new Fear Street movie last week, and like that was supposed to be camp, but it was horrible. So then after I told her it was like, oh, this is gonna be good, and then we was watching, I was like, oh, this is bad. And she was like, this is bad. So then right after that, I was like, let me show you the Fear Streets that came out last year, that's a better example of camp, and they were great. If you guys watched them, you already know. But yeah, I guess camp is the right word. And they can be so much better. Dolly said, question, do you feel that every new character needs to be pre-tied to the cast as a long-lost kid? What about characters building new families on their own? Yeah, so what's the question? Do I feel? No, I don't feel that everybody needs to be related to somebody. I think that's why you end up people dating that have like a brother and a sister in common, like Sam and Dante, even though they had the chemistry was there, but they still shared two siblings. Where is Leo? Anybody seen Leo recently? But yeah, we need to bring on people that have no ties to any town, any family, so that we can make different types of couples. Yeah, please. I don't know why soaps do that. Like even, they always do. Even if the character, I don't know. Well, yeah, okay. Sorry, I was having so much of this conversation in my head. I was thinking about Kyle in General Hospital, and maybe I felt like I was contradicting myself because I've been wanting him to be connected with someone, but that's not necessarily true. I would love it if they brought some people on to be his family that aren't related to anybody else. Um, so yeah, I wish they would do that more. I don't know why they can't think that way anymore. But I don't know. That's kind of a trope for soaps for like forever. Somebody's secret kid or long lost something. What do you think, Doling? Um. Oh, it says I deleted a message. I don't know what the message. Oh, I actually deleted Dolly's message. Can I bring it back? I don't know. Dolly, I'm sorry. Please don't take that personally. I think I just hit the wrong button. I didn't even realize I did it. But it's showing back up now, but it's in italic. So I think it's still gone. But it's the question we just asked. So I would like to know what you think, Dolly, about bringing in new characters. You think they should be related? Let me not delete anything. Math Bell said, how did you feel about the Wiley storyline? Like from the time Nell had the baby to the time Michael found out Wiley was his. I didn't watch it live, but have watched it on Roku. Seems like it dragged. It did drag. It did drag. It took way too long for Michael to find out that was his baby. But I didn't hate the story. I hate how long the storyline took for Michael from start to finish, for Michael to find out that was his baby. I hated the moment when uh, Nell had held that dead baby in her arms and just gave him to Michael. And Michael didn't even know. She didn't tell him or nothing. He's holding the baby, and like you see it dawn on his face that like he's not alive. Oh, I hated that shit. I hated that shit so much. But I don't know that made it bad soap. I think I was supposed to feel that way. It was like the most fucked up thing ever. Um, Nell was a beast, but it was good story around her. But they did tend to drag things out and having her in prison, out of prison, in prison, out of prison. With Julian, with Shiloh, like too much. But my biggest complaint about the Wally storyline is that baby's name. Have you seen why they named him Wally? Because, well, actually, it was Willow's. It was the other baby that they were actually naming Wally, but they named him Wally because they had to wait a long while to get him. Somebody and like Scout, Emily's is Scout because Danny wanted a dog. Like, I don't know why they did that. Oh no, my screen froze. Oh no, there we go. Amber says hey to Dolomedics. Dolly says hey. Dolly said the thing is, soaps used to have good camp. Days was pure camp in the 90s, but it was fantastic. Yeah, I only know of that, like I heard about it. I have, my grandma, aunties who watched it, but I didn't really watch Days, but I still know people died and then came back. There was like angels and stuff. I was going to say vampires, but that was General Hospital and Port Charles. That was also true camp, but I loved it too. Sam was Tess and Livy. That shit was crazy. Okay, we had what's his name? I know his name in real life, but I can't think of it. The guy who played John McBain and Silas Clay and Cyrus Clay and Stephen Clay. Like Lucy trying to stab him with shit and he hypnotizing people with his eyes. It was crazy, but I enjoyed it. Mathbell said about Lois and Geo. No, it was not around last summer. No, it was around last summer, soon after he moved into the Q's. I'm visualizing the hotel pool, and I think it was before Christina fell out the window. Hello, Geo worked at the pool. I do remember Geo being at the pool, because I remember him, like going to get towels or something for Josh, who was like the hero. I wonder what it was then. It might just be like just a rewrite. Math Bell said, I'm always wondering where Leo is. They're probably going to switch out the actor at this point. Oh, no. I don't know how I feel about that. Unless the actor got to be autistic. The actor that's playing him got to be autistic in real life because they made that like a point to cast the autistic actor to play Leo as an autistic character. So if they're going to replace him, it needs to be like an autistic actor. And I like little Leo. I love the shit that he would talk to Tracy. Like he was just so like blunt and direct. And like I have my son's autistic, so like as they're very not to speak in general terms because everybody's different. It's a spectrum, but in general they tend to have a bold directness to them that is not meant to be talking shit. They just telling you how it is. You cannot be sensitive. I love Lolio. They barely even talk about them. Dolly said, one thing I love about Hollyoaks is that they are not overly precious about the characters. They aren't afraid to bring on a family, let them run, have a 2 or 3 year run, and then let them leave. Oh, that would hurt me if I like the characters. I hate to see a character I love go. I'm still grieving Sam. Sorry for yelling, but I am. Because they didn't have to do it. You could have killed Christina and Molly. Or. Yes, and. Dolly says it's all good. Thank you, Dolly, for not hating me. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to. You see, this is my pen, my stylus. I just be hitting stuff by accident. Lacobus says, okay, Lacobus, you changed your mind. Amber said, do you think Nina will say something about Sasha? Yes. I just don't know. I don't know if she's gonna actually, if Nina's gonna actually tell Rick, or if Ava will tell Rick, or if Nina will be talking about it to Maxie or Ava and somebody over here. I think it's gonna come out. So maybe it might, that doesn't count as Nina saying something if she doesn't actually like snitch. But I think it's gonna come out. I just don't know how it's gonna come out. And I haven't put a lot of this thought into how it's gonna come out, because I just know it's gonna come out. I'm just looking at for the fireworks to see how it come out, and I talked about this earlier, to see how long it takes Sasha to reveal that she knows about Nina and Drew. Like, I'm ready for everything to come out. And then I wonder, like, is that gonna be like after this? Is that gonna be it, or I don't know how much drama they're gonna give us at once, with sweeps being over too. But it also feels like they're building for the shit about Christina to come out too. And I don't want to get too excited because they might still be dragging out till July. But it kind of seemed like it with the conversation between Laura and Alexis, like it's about to come out. I would be happy. But then I don't know what's the new storyline. I guess we still got Joss and the professor and the WSB shit. And I'm sure it's more stuff I just can't think about right now. Is Trina gonna be pregnant? Did they use a condom? I don't know. Math Bell said, "Wow, I didn't know that's why they named him Wiley." Yes, yes, I kid you not. It was so bad. Like, I remember just being like, and then they had a chance to do it over when they found out that it was a different baby, and they still kept that baby's name as Wiley. I said Wallow. Shit, as Wiley, when it could have been Jonah, because his name was Jonah. Nell and Michael's, they named him Jonah. Even though I watched it on Roku, and it was a scene when Michael was still faking like he was with Nell, like he loved her, and Nell was tormenting Carly, and she was like, "I know the baby's name. If it's a boy or a girl, we're gonna name him Morgan." I was like, "Girl, you are so trifling." And then she was haunting Carly and spraying Morgan's cologne and leaving baby scarves and stuff around. Nell was crazy. I miss her. Albert says, "Just finished eating canned ravioli, so headed to bed." That's a whole crazy ass sentence, Albert. Albert said, "Just finished eating canned ravioli, so heading to bed. Have a good night, Nikisha and everyone. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed your ravioli, Albert. I will check out your video." I always forget to say this when you come in and chat, Albert, but because it feels like anybody who's in my stream already knows your stream. You have so many subscribers, such a large platform. But if you guys don't know that Albert has his own channel where he talks about soaps, please go subscribe to him. But I think you already know that, especially tonight. Sometimes there's a couple of people that's not from the soap world in here. I think everybody here is soap opera related tonight, and you guys know Albert because you probably found me from his channel. Um, yeah, sleep well. Dolly said, "Days did pure gothic glam. Ooh. I encourage you to watch the storyline of Vivian burying Carly alive. It's a masterclass on how to choose scenery just the right way." Ooh, that's a uh, good pitch. You make me want to see it. Oh, I opened the wrong screen on the iPad. I'm gonna search it in my on my YouTube history, so it'll be there. Because otherwise, I'll forget. Because my memory ain't shit. Let's see. Vivian burying Carly alive. Vivian burying. Do y'all talk to yourselves out loud when you type stuff? I do. Carly alive. Now she'll put days of our lives. Oh, it popped up. Okay. It looks like about 30-35 minutes. They got pre-buried alive, buried alive, waking up in a coffin. Alright, let me click on one of them to make sure it be there. Alright, darling, I'm gonna watch it because I trust you. Every time you tell me to go watch something, it's great. You especially good with like the classic soaps. Brooke Twirls is here. Says hello. Hi, Brooke Twirls. Welcome to the soap dish, where we dish about the soaps. We mainly talk about soap operas in this stream, but we talk about other shows and movies. I don't know, books, anything you might be into entertainment wise. If you want to talk about it, you comment below, and if that's something we know about, we'll talk about it. Either way, thank you for coming by. Lacobus says on Beyond the Gates, you said the actress that plays Samantha is 30 years old. Yeah, she is. She's 30. She's 30. Kind of cringe now watching her play a teenager, lol. But I guess the actress gotta find work where they can. She's an okay actress though. It made me start looking at her different too. And I told my daughter this. She was looking at her different. Now we all just be like, especially when they write, because I like Beyond the Gates writing. I like that it's modern and it's hip and it's very like casual the way the way we actually talk. But for some reason, the way that they write for the kids is the worst. It's cringy. Like it makes my daughter cringe. And she their age. But it's even more funny watching Samantha knowing she's 30 say that stuff. It's like, I can't think of nothing Samantha said, but I know Tyrell said, I think it was Friday or Thursday or Friday. He was like, I have no riz. Stop talking about the ribs. Please don't. Um, but yeah.
It's more like I don't have.
You want to do it on here?
No.
Okay. My daughter was doing an impression of Tyrell. I was told her to come around here, but she ain't gonna do it this time. I understand having older, like a couple of years older than like a 20-year-old or something playing an 18-year-old or 16-year-old because they can work more hours and work different hours than the younger kids. But like Savannah, Tyrell is 19.
Yeah.
The actor who actually plays Tyrell is actually 19.
He's 20.
20. So I don't know. I just wish they were like closer in age. And I think the girl that plays Jessica was older too. I think she was closer to like Samantha's age than Tyrell. I can't remember. I can't say for sure. I'm interested to see where Samantha's story is going to go. If they're going to give her something. I think she is just going to be like the modeling where she says sassy stuff, or what's her storyline going to be? I don't want like the cliche eating disorder storyline, even though I guess that tracks. That's women will, and people, not just women, will forever have body image issues and abuse food and themselves. So I guess it's like a classic story, but I don't know if I want to see that. But I do want her to do something. I just don't know what. Math Bell said, and the Drew Portia story, and maybe it can be Adderall. Maybe she can get like hooked to Adderall to control her diet, but also like stay up for the late night modeling and do good in school. I'll watch that. Math Bell said, and the Drew Portia stuff still has to come out. Oh yeah, thank you. That's also, and everything seems like it's simmering right now, like it's just about to come out. Thank you for reminding me. I knew it was more stuff. I just couldn't think of it. You guys are the best. I have so much fun in my chat. I love that like 98% of this like goes well and we have fun. You guys are so nice. Dolly says the thing with the characters having short arcs is you get the best out of them. The UK soap Emmerdale. I'm gonna say Emmerdale. Wrote this amazing 3-year saga about this woman named Mina, and she was their Sheila and just amazing. I'm not gonna search that because I know I ain't gonna look it up because I can't add any more like. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me with pre-existing shows to just jump in, especially a soap, because I don't like not knowing everything. Like, I feel like it's unfair if, like, Dola, you've been watching those shows for years, right? If you watch it and I watch it, it's going to be a completely different experience because I have limited context. So you have all this other knowledge. You understand all the nuance of why this is different or why this is wrong or why this is right. And I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. So I'm not. That's why I love that I got to see Beyond the Gates from the beginning. Other than Port Charles and the city, And Passions. I might be forgetting something. Like, it's very few soaps that I've been able to watch from beginning to end. Um, yeah. Even though I've been watching DH my whole life, it started before I was born. Math Bill said, I miss Sam too. Amen. Let's say they didn't kill her off. How do you think she would be incorporated into all of these storylines now? I could see Sam and Dante butting heads about Danny and like how to raise him. I want Sam working. Now I'm thinking about how would Sam being alive, Drew's storyline, I don't think would be what it was if Sam was alive. But if Drew's storyline was what it is now with Sam alive, I think Sam would be like investigating to see what the hell happened to Drew. Like what kind of tarot card manipulation was going on because he's so much off the rails. Then again, Sam might just blame Carly. She might say it was like traumatic brain injury from when Drew got beat up, and that he went to jail for Carly. It's fun to think about what Sam could do. I wonder if Sam would be covering up what Christina did. Probably. She'd probably be covering it up for her. She would be kind of playing the in-between like Alexis is. I don't know. I'm going to keep thinking about what I would do with Sam because I want to give her something better than everything I just said. But I need to think about it. And next time I stream, I'm going to have a great answer. Let me screenshot that so I don't forget though. Because Sam deserves something amazing. Kelly Monaco deserves something amazing because she can carry the show. She can carry scenes. She can carry a show. Dolomedic says good night to Albert. Albert says good night to Dolly. Matthew said, Albert, do you still eat noodles during your streams? Probably. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a sip of my wine. This looks weird. You might wonder what kind of wine this is. It's Merlot as usual, but no, Cabernet as usual. But I put orange juice in it because we had breakfast for dinner tonight. And I still had like orange juice in my glass. So I was like, let me just add the wine to that. And it's like when I was in college having brunch. Don't drink when you're in college, kids. My daughter is taking a shower, so she has no idea what I just said. Because we don't do those things. Albert says, thank you. And he says, yes, Maxwell, every single night. Consistency. Maxwell says consistency. Albert says, yes, yeah, Maxwell. When I like something, I stick with it forever. That's that Leo in you. Loyal. Catley. Oh, Catwoman. Did I know you were here? I don't know if I knew you was here, Catwoman. Welcome to the Soap Dish, where we dish about the soaps. I'm glad that you're here. I feel like I didn't know you was here. I'm glad you came in. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be on. Dolly said the scene of Carly waking up in the coffin while Vivian rolls on her grave while cackling is everything. That sounds hilarious. It sounds very ridiculous, but also funny. So I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably put it on like right after I stream while I'm like brushing my teeth and washing my face and stuff, getting ready for bed. And then I'm watching Fillmore because I want to see if I can remember that because I feel like I should. I feel like it's just like right there, just hovering, just waiting to be unleashed. Matt Bell said Samantha seemed off to me at first, and then finding out the actress's age made me understand why I had that feeling. Yeah, because she trying to play something she ain't been in 15 years. Yeah. Like I don't know that she looks young in the face, but, melanin. And she's petite, but she very much presents as someone older trying to be like a young kid. Like, I have bad posture. I wear mini skirts. Because that's what the kids are doing. Albert says, when you watch them, ask Cat Lady, she knows. Wait. When you watch them, ask Cat Lady. She knows, fill you in. I think you're talking about your stream. Catwoman, he might have answered you. I'm gonna keep going and then I'll come back to it if he did ask you. But he told me to that. Well, I'll just say while I'm at it. So why if I watch his stream to know that he's not talking about me. And then I was like, why would I think you're talking about me if you're not talking about me? Matthew Bell said, and I think she was 29 because she posted a video yesterday or today saying it was her birthday and she was turning 30. Okay, my bad. I rounded up. I tend to do that. Like I'm saying, I keep saying either I'm 43 or I'm about to turn 43 because I'm trying to get myself used to saying it instead of 42. Because like whenever I get used to, by the time I get used to learning my age or being able comfortable say it, then I'm getting another year older. So I'm like, get ready for the 43. And then I might think I'm turning 44. But yeah, I didn't intentionally mean to mislead you guys. I might have did the math wrong. That's also possible. It could have been like where her birthday falls in the year. I just subtracted the year from the year and got to 30 and didn't look at the months. That's probably what happened. Albert says, love, gorgeous queen cat lady. Good night. And then ask Albert, what did he do? Math Bell said, yes, Jessica looks like a grown woman too. Yeah, the face is giving like this thing that my face do when I smile. Like that's what she do. Like they weren't doing that when I was 16. Catwoman says, watch what? Dolly says Samantha is a stretch, but I think Tyrell works. Yeah, he looks young. He reminds me of all the annoyed teen boys that come in my office for appointments. He's realistic and awkward. But do he say he doesn't have any riz? I wish y'all could have seen the way my daughter did it. It was so funny. I just know when he said that, we was both like, it was too much for me. But I can see the teen boys be awkward. A lot of teenagers are awkward. My daughter's awkward. I'm still awkward. I'm grown as hell. Catwoman says both Jessica and Samantha is 30. I don't know about hold on. I don't know for sure about Jessica, but she's older. Let me see. You bear with me, because I feel like I looked it up and she was like close, but I can't remember for sure. So let's look up Jessica Beyond the Gates, and I have to say it out loud because I don't know. Oh, maybe I should add actress and age in here. Thought it would have popped up because I know I searched this before. Okay, it's telling me 66 years old, so I know that's wrong. Maybe that's what I get for trying to skip states. Oh, here we go. Cameron Jade. Let's do Cameron Jade age. I can't believe it didn't pop up because I know I've looked it up before. I'm sorry, it's taking me long. One of y'all probably didn't already looked it up way quicker than me. Cameron Jade, actress age. And that's showing me a bunch of white women. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna stop. I don't know, but I know she's older than what she's supposed to be. She ain't 16. Albert says, cat lady, you feel Nikisha more in. Not the devil and the mushrooms. You know where the mushrooms at, Albert? I get mushrooms in my yard like every time after it rains, but I'm scared I want to eat one so bad to see if it takes me on a trip, but then it could also kill you, so I don't. But I've been wanting to try that trip for a while. I want to see God. I've heard some things I don't know from experience. I do believe in natural medicine and spirituality and all of that. Well, only in places where it's legal, of course, because if it was illegal, that would be bad, and I would never, ever. All right, Math Bell said, I don't care for Samantha and Tyrell storylines at all. I sigh every time their scenes come on. Same. It's like, yeah. I don't hate the characters. I'm not invested in any anymore. I was more interested when Tyrell was getting bullied. But you guys, you probably remember where I wanted that to go. Carrie was says, fill her in or what, sir? Y'all don't y'all don't stay in touch. Y'all don't talk to each other. Dolly said, you said, oh, Emmerdale, just right, by the way. Thank you. I was about to mess it up. I was like, wait, Emmerdale. Thank you. I'm very proud of myself. Albert says, you know what, cat lady, when she watches it, you can help her. That's a bathtub emoji. It looked like a dead person emoji saying mushrooms. I don't want those mushrooms. I don't want to die. Lacobus says, I'm tired of watching soaps with one or two big storylines that all the characters are focused on, and they don't even seem that big sometimes. I don't know, just kind of getting bored with them right now. That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah. That you just described General Hospital. Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy because there used to be story like it would be like an umbrella story that did involve everyone, but it made sense. Now it's just like everybody obsessed with everybody else's lives. Lacobus says, I'm always going back to look at the old episodes because they were so great. Same. Not always when I can. Like, well, anytime if I'm at home and like everybody's asleep or I'm by myself and I turn on an app like Hulu or Peacock or Netflix, I go to Roku first and see where it's at because they repeat the same, I don't know, 2 or 3 years or whatever, but I see where it's at. And the last time I did, Britt was there. She was having sex with Juliet, so that was that. But I was just so happy to see Britt. I was like, I'm gonna watch this shit anyway because I miss Britt. And those haven't been that old. I know you might be talking about older than Roku. Which I watch older clips on YouTube too. It's just sometimes they don't look that good, depending on like how far back you go and what channel you on. Dolly said Beyond the Gates might be my 4 soaps I've watched from the beginning. Sunset Beach, Port Charles, Passion, and Beyond the Gates. Yeah, I didn't watch Sunset Beach, but I did watch Port Charles. I watched Passions. I watched Beyond the Gates. Oh, we watched Night Shift. I said we. I said we like I know Dolly, but I bet you watch Night Shift too. That counts. And then the other one I watched was The City. It was in that 12:30 slot that Port Charles. I think Port Charles took over. That's The City's time slot, or the other way around. Matt Bell said, yeah, and Scout would still be around her brothers, not isolated by Drew, right? At the nurse's ball, when I watched the scene of the kids dancing, I was like, who is that? Who is that? And I was like, oh shit, that's Scout. Then I remember Scout existed. Yeah, it's a shame. And even though I wish Sam was here, like, we should get to see them grieve more for her. I'll never forget over how fast everyone has just moved on. Telling me Scout just dancing at the nurse's ball. She ain't thinking about the last time she was at the nurse's ball or her mommy was at the nurse's ball and she watched her mommy fall on the red carpet or nothing. She just happy because of Willow and Wiley. Like, not only is she missing her mommy, but she got 2 more kids living in this brand new house. And ain't nobody spending time with her because we don't see it. Catwoman says that man drinks a lot, shaking my head. Cheers. I feel like I added too much wine to the orange juice. I don't think I'm gonna drink all that tonight. I gotta get up in the morning. Lacobus says one of the old GH episodes I love to watch is, oh wow, this is old. January 3rd, 2012 episode where they all found out Jax was still alive and coming at Carly because she knew the whole time but didn't say anything. It is in the Metro Court. And Claudia, is this when Claudia is there too, I think? Good times. Michael laid her ass out. He said Carly was gathering them one by one of the best Carly moments ever. I feel like that series of episodes is one that I've shown my daughter. And then that one also makes me think of, and I might be mixing up scenes where Claudia wasn't there. Claudia was in the scene where Sonny told Claudia he was glad their baby died, and Milo was in the background like that was vicious, but it was a good story back then. Dolly said, Nikisha, I'm gonna need you to leave those mushrooms outside. We are rather fond of you living. I know, but they just pop up like it's a gift from the universe. Like, here, try me for free. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. Because I don't want to die. But I can't say I'm not tempted. Every time I see one, I can be at the store and see one and be like, ooh. Not at the store, like inside the store, but like outside the store, under a tree, like walking by. Like, you see that mushroom right there? That could be the answer to all my problems. Make me just open my mind. It could be like third eye open over here. Dolly says, be on the lookout for my soap opera show Bible in the next couple of days. I want your opinion on my core family stuff. I've been on the lookout, Dolly. I didn't check. I don't mind not checking more than once a day, but sometimes I check my email. Sometimes I let that shit lapse. Because I'm older. I miss the days where we didn't have email, where if people wanted to mail you something, they had to put it in the mail. And if people called, if you didn't have an answer machine, there won't no voicemail. I really like being unbothered. So I'd always check my email, but I've been checking it every day since you said that. I feel like just in case, because I don't want to miss it. I'm so excited. So I will keep my eyes open. Lackobus says, I like Brit, just didn't like her with Jason. I did. But I like Brit always. I didn't like Brit when she first came on because she was a horrible person. She, stealing embryos and all of that. But once they put her with Nicholas, I was like, ooh, yes. Give me more of this. But I liked her with everyone. Not so much with Julian, but she's just such a dynamic actress. Like she's one of those characters that was a villain, but like her portrayal of her made me love her. And then finding out Faison and Obert was her parents, it was like, you poor child. No wonder you didn't stand a chance in this world. You was gonna be crazy. I hate that she never really got to know Nathan. That sucks. Do y'all remember when they kissed? When Britt and Nathan kissed and then they found out they were siblings? Catwoman is crying, laughing, or just crying. I hate mushrooms. Oh, you hate mushrooms? I love mushrooms. I'm not just magic mushrooms that I never had, but fantasize about. But I like mushrooms, regular mushrooms, like the kind you just eat. I'm vegetarian, so a lot of the things I eat that are meaty, like, is mushroomy. I love mushrooms on pizza. I love them in pasta. Chinese food. Dolly said, oh yeah, I forgot about the city. It was the follow-up to 11. Yep. Catwoman said, Drew just left Scout at the ball. Right? I didn't even think about that. You right. Dash. You right. It ain't said nothing about her. Matt Bell said, yeah, Scout went from the little sister to the big sister. Ain't that poor thing. Math Bell said, what? Sonny almost had another kid running around. How many kids would he have had? Oh, shit. I can't do that math. I can't do that math, Math Bell. We ain't got time for that. I don't know. But yeah, Claudia was pregnant. But I don't know if the baby for sure was Sonny's or Rick's. The baby might have been Rick's. She had sex with them both. But Sonny was under the impression that it was his. But she lost the baby. I think Rick made her lose the baby. It's blurry, but it was a big fallout. It may have been when Sonny found out that Claudia was responsible for Michael getting shot. And then he laid into her and was, I can't remember the way he phrased it, but he basically, it's not an exaggeration for me to say he was like, thank God our baby died. Not an exaggeration. Not verbatim, but it's also not an exaggeration. And she was like, I don't remember. What did she say? She said, you think our baby was something. I don't know. It's good scenes. It's very good scenes. I wonder if I can search for it. I don't even know what I search for. Maybe just Sunny Carly. Not Sunny Carly. Sunny Claudia Metrocourt. Let me see. Oh, it's showing me the Metrocourt Crisis. Yeah, but none of these are that scene. But there are a lot of playlists of Claudia, so you might can find it. I might have to watch it. That was one of my favorite arcs of the soap operas. Was the storyline with the Zakara family, Claudia, Anthony, Johnny. Johnny came through and ran through every woman in Port Charles, and I get it. That was a good time. Dolly said, Nikisha, I wasn't going to show it to anyone, but now you got me hyped to get your opinion, so I want to just write, oh, I'm honored. I will give you my opinion, and I'm sure it's just going to be like praising you, because you are so wise. I'm sure in general, but like in the terms of like drama and soap operas, and the way that you look at things is very like even like not just like a fan where you just like what you like or don't like who you like. You see like multiple point of views, and like you could tell you're a writer because of the way you approach like even enjoying consuming the content. So I already know it's gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Lack of Bus says random comment. I miss old school MTV. Me too. I miss old school MTV. When they show like music videos, like TRL and oh gosh, I'm getting tired now. I can't think, but I used to watch it all the time. Like have it on in the morning, get ready for school. I miss real BET when they play like when they had shows and music and stuff too. VH1, I probably watch VH1 the most though for the countdowns. Like when I was getting ready for school and stuff. Math Bell said, OMG, cat lady, you're right. Drew left Scout there talk about abandoning someone's child, right? I didn't even think about that, but she was exactly right. Catwoman said Sonny would have had 3 more kids, Sam, Claudia, and Connie. I don't even remember Connie being pregnant. Is that it? Well, Lily? Remember Lily was pregnant before she went boom in the car? Ooh, that was in poor taste. Sorry. But Lily did blow up. I feel like if we keep thinking, Sonny is probably more than that. Yeah, I don't remember Connie, but I do remember Lily. Let me see. Well, and Carly and Sonny they lost a couple of kids. Trying to think of who else Sonny was with. Sonny and Brenda. Not that we know of. I bet you that list is longer. So the longer we said think about it, the more women we will remember. Math Bell said, what? Sonny and Rick were with the same woman. How many times has that happened? I want to say that was the only time. But I don't know. I've been watching soap operas a long time. But they were with her, but not with her. But neither one of them was with her. From what I remember, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, Claudia wasn't really like the relationship type. She had sex with Sonny, and she had sex with Rick. And she got pregnant. And then Anthony wanted them together like a mafia marriage with his daughter and Sonny to like blend the families together or some mafia shit. And then we found out Claudia was really Johnny's mom, not his sister. Ugh. Poor Johnny. He was heartbroken. You like the scene they got with Gio and Brooklyn and Dante now? That scene with Johnny Zakara finding out that Claudia was his mom back in the day. That was so much better. Dolly said, did you know Sarah Brown left because she was turned off by that weird twist that Claudia was Johnny's mom and not his sister? Nope. I did not know that. Well, she played that character. She's entitled, but I didn't know that was why she left. I mean, it was a weird twist, but I don't know. It kind of made sense to me. Not, I wouldn't have written it, but in retrospect, seeing how protective Claudia was of Johnny, how she loved him, was like, oh, that was her baby this whole time. Like, I could see it. But I'll watch Sarah Brown in anything. Like, I'll put her in a show, I'll watch her in it. I'm there. Math Bell said, I'm messing with you. LOL. Oh. I can't tell. I'm sorry. I didn't understand. Catwoman says what he said to Claudia was dark. Yeah, it was. Like I said, I can't remember verbatim, but it was cold. It was so cold. Catwoman said, oh, yes, I used to love MTV. Lacobus says, I miss AJ. They shouldn't have killed him off. They should have at least had Sonny. They at least shouldn't have had Sonny kill him. They already ruined him by keeping him away from Michael. Thought it was overkill, pun intended. Yeah, I didn't like that storyline either. I thought it was so stupid how yeah, I didn't like any of that story. I didn't like how Ava killed Connie and her reason for killing Connie, and then AJ figuring it out. I didn't like any of that either. And I liked AJ too. I would have liked to keep him around in some capacity. I actually liked Michael and AJ getting to know each other, and AJ telling Michael his side of the story about Sonny hanging him up on a hook in the meat rack in the freezer. Like, that shit tortured him to give up his rights. To hear, like, from AJ's perspective, for Michael to be like, what the fuck? And Carly and Sonny not being able to be like, nah, that's a lie. Like, well, because actually, that's kind of what happened. I love what's the saying? The chickens coming home to roost or something like that. That I love that aspect of it, because it was like history that I had seen from that whole storyline, and seeing like come full circle. I was like, this kind of what Sonny and Carly deserve. AJ ain't shit, but Calvin said the spring breaks. Oh, then it's Lily. Blacko Bus says, I wish Sam and Sonny's baby had lived. Baby Lala. Oh shit, we didn't include. I didn't even think about her, but I think Catwoman might have said it. Yeah. That was so sad. And like, for a bit, I was mad at how they was making it Jason's baby. How Sonny was basically like, I'm getting back with Carly. Watch her. But the grieving, the loss, when Jason took Sam to the island, that's when I really started to like fall in love with Jason. I was like, oh, okay, this is my couple. This is the couple. And then they ruined it. Calvin says Claudia and Brooklyn. Yep. Math Bell said, was Claudia related to Johnny's dad too, or did they just play her off as his older sister? Did Johnny think they had the same father? Yeah. Johnny thought Anthony Zakar was the matriarch mobster, and at first the story was that Claudia and Johnny were siblings. They were both his children. But then we found out that Anthony had when Claudia was like 15, 16, he had pimped her out to another mobster family, and she had got pregnant, and that's where Johnny came from. It was pretty dark. Lacobus says, I meant Sean Kanan's AJ, by the way, not Billy Warlock. Girl, I ain't I do that. Like, if we want any AJ back, it's gonna be Sean Kanan. Billy Warlock was fine, but If you have to choose one or the other, choose Sean Kanan. Billy Warlock's AJ just wrote him as such a mess. Like he was just a lush. He was just the alcoholic fuck up. That's it. He didn't have any nuance. Catwoman said he was glad the baby didn't make it. I was like, what? Yeah. Yeah, it was. I wish I could remember exactly what he said. It might have been like, thank God our baby didn't live to see this. And then Claudia was like, you think our baby dying was a blessing? Something like that. Yeah, it was cold. I wish I could find. You could probably. It'll probably pop up. Just gotta know what to search for. I searched for Sonny Claudia Metricord. We had baby dying on here. That's crazy to search for. No, I didn't get that, but I got the third one down is Sonny tells Johnny who his real parents are. Then there's some Claudia dying scenes. Oh, I think this was it. Claudia's birthday bash. I think. Let me click on it.
Everybody's attention, please.
I think this is it.
Just for a little bit here.
Oh.
Some of my closest friends.
Oh yeah, I think he about to lay into her.
Always stood by me through the good times and the bad times, and I appreciate your love and support.
Oh my God, everybody in this room.
I didn't always listen to their wisdom. Like that.
Tracy's there, Luca's there, Robin, Patrick.
Appreciate you coming. It means a lot to me.
Lulu, the real Lulu.
I fought on it because she didn't, but she's, you've always been like a little sister to me. And
Robin, Patrick. He's shouting out everybody. Jax, Carly.
Nope. Easy or at all.
And Carly is pregnant. I think this one Claudia go crazy and that's why she kidnapped Carly.
He's always
when she's pregnant with Jocelyn.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, I didn't see it at the end of this one, but I feel like it's in this what's it called? Thread? I don't know. It says GH Claudia's birthday bash. I think if you watch those series of storylines that's about to happen in there. All right. Dolly said good night. Good night, Dolly. I'm about to wrap it up in a few minutes anyway. Thank you so much for coming in. As always, it's just so much fun to have you here. And we check my email. Math Bell said, what do you think about Joey and Vanessa on Beyond the Gaze? They nasty. They so nasty. Like, and just so... Vanessa don't care. She do not care. And I can't feel bad for Doug because he lying to her and about to take her money, I feel like. But like their chemistry is weird. It's not like, ooh, like I look away, but not in the sense of like, ooh, it's too hot for me to watch. It's just more like gross, but not gross. It's just weird. It's so tawdry. I don't know the word for what Joey and Vanessa is, but it's too much. It's too much. And it's so like, I don't know why she attracted to him. Like he's not, I don't know. It's uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. What do you think? Do you like them? Lacobus says, okay, calling it a night too. Good night, Lacobus. Hope you sleep well. Thank you for coming through as always. I was so happy you were here. You were my first person to hear. I was so happy. Catwoman says Vanessa's about to care. And okay, Ryan, right? Ugh, it's so creepy. It's like, ugh, girl. And like I just can't imagine, like, not that Diego is fine, but I can see a little body there. I don't know what Joey about to do. Like, Joey might have a heart attack. But that's what she wants. Math Bell said, I think Doug should get with Shanice. I thought about that too. I just wonder about the power dynamic. But Doug do need something now. He needs somebody to be with. Like, I wonder if Vanessa would be jealous. And I also do want Shanice with someone. And I think last time we talked about I think I was talking about Randy being with someone. I think Max Bell, I think you said you brought up Shanice as a possibility for Randy too. So I want Randy with somebody. I want Shanice with someone. I'm interested in seeing if they were to have chemistry together. Um, Doug and Shanice do have a bit of chemistry, but I don't know if I wanted to go there just because of the power dynamics. But I could see a good story where she ends up like covering for him at work, and she might like risk her job, and then like yeah. But I don't see that being good for her. But I could see a story. Calvin says goodnight to Lackabus. Math Bell said I thought Joey and Vanessa would hook up, but not like that. Like, and Doug was right there. He was right there. Like, oh my god, it's just so brave, so ballsy and brazen. They don't care at all. And she don't care. That woman would do it anywhere. What's Janet say? Anytime, any place. I don't care who's around. That's Vanessa. Anytime, any place, anybody. Catwoman says Doug needs gambling help. Doug needs a lot of help. He needs gambling help. He needs financial help. He needs a divorce lawyer help. But I don't know. If they got a prenup, he might want to stay married and get that money first. I don't know. It's a mess. He might need some Maury help. Who is the father? Paternity test help. I don't know if Vanessa's still fertile. I thought they was gonna make Vanessa pregnant when she was in the hospital that time. That was so random. She was just randomly in the hospital, like food poisoning. That was a weird story. Math Bell said, "Ooh, and I think Randy should be with Eva." I think I remember you saying it too now. But I think on the show there is a big age gap. Eva is Kat's age, and Randy is Doug and Vanessa's age. I'm not for that, but Randy and Eva look good together. They did look good together when she was at the casino. They do, but you're right. The age is like 15, 20 years. Yeah. And Ted would have a fit. Find out his new daughter is with a grown ass man. You know, she grown, but you know, like grown. And you know, they ain't gonna put Eva with Tomas. Unfortunately. I can't stand Tomas. He a dog. Catwoman says might need a new job too, right? Yeah. Doug need all the help. Matthew Bell said thought Doug was about to hook up with Danny. What was the point of their scene together? Yeah, I wondered about that too. I was like, don't drink, Danny, don't drink. Because, Lord, I was hoping like Andre would have popped up instead. It might just been like chem test. They might have been testing it out, filling it out to see. Catwoman says, yeah, I'm not feeling Randy. You like Randy? I like Randy. He's a good man. He be trying to help his friend. He can't help but listen to Joy. That's his boss. He's just doing his job. But he be trying to help his friend. You can tell I'll be attracted to the wrong man. Because I be like, he is a good man. I think he got good man potential. Again, see why I'm single for the rest of my life, forever. Never dating again. You can't trust my judgment. I love a project or a fix me upper. Thank you, Catwoman. I don't know exactly what you did, but I see you did something for me, so thank you very much. Math Bell said, don't care for Tomas, but he looked good with all of his tattoos showing. Oh, you like a little bad boy too, huh? Yeah, that was a nice look on him. Catwoman said, kids, shaking my head. Oh, I keep getting the kids in here. I try to be nice to them, though. But it's like, your parents won't want you here. But then I worry that it's like going to be a kid that's like, I just need somebody to talk to. I'm so lonely. It's like, maybe we can be a positive impact. We can just need somebody to talk to. I don't know. Math Bell said, I'm always scared for Randy. He pushes back on Joey a lot, and I'm nervous Joey will take him out. I hope not, because he's very attractive. I would like to keep looking at him. All right. Catwoman said, right, it's bedtime. We're already up. Yeah, it's summertime. I guess they out of school on YouTube. Um, Math Bell said, "Yeah, cat lady, there was a 9-year-old here earlier. The Keisha was being so nice. I was trying because I was scared. I don't want to be the straw that breaks the camel back or the one thing that pushes them into like despair. Oh no, I'm so glad this stuff didn't exist when I was a kid because I would hate to think I was getting into. Um, Math Bell said I wanted to tell him go get on YouTube Kids, right? Right. I know I should be better about that. Cause we do not be talking about kids stuff up in here. But when I set my lives, I say it's not for kids. Like when you go into private or public, right after that, they ask you, is it for kids or not for kids? And you have to answer. And I always say not for kids. But somehow they be in here. All right, but guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I've gone an hour longer than I meant to. I said I was gonna just be out here 1 hour, but it's always so much fun talking to you guys. But y'all see my voice starting to get all the bass in it. I'm ready to call it a night. But thank you guys for coming in. You said that before, Catwoman. At the bottom, you have to put the age. I don't know. Maybe you could screenshot that to me and send it, email it to me, because I don't get that step. I've never seen where you put in like the age. Kevin say you say yes. No, I always click on no. I always click on no. It's not for kids. Then look at the that it doesn't show anything else for me. But maybe if you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble, one day you could take a screenshot of that and send it to me because I don't think I'm seeing the same thing. But I could just be missing it, so I would appreciate it. Advanced settings. I think that's what I go into. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna look next time I do this. I might try to play around with it right after we get off, just to see what I'm thinking about it. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Hope you all have a good night. Thank you, Catwoman. I appreciate that. This was so much fun. I don't know when I'll stream again. It'll probably be next week. Yes, my daughter graduates next week, next Sunday. So maybe I'll stream next Saturday. But I'll still be watching the soap so we can talk about it. I'm stuttering because I'm tired. Good night. Live long and prosper.